reports in 5 states. They don't know if it's a virus or a microbe. They don't know, but it's spreading.
You need to...
People are killing.
Look at this. How they unload on him.
The dog is nature. But nature, well, nature always wins.
If it happens, it will happen quickly.
What kind of man does that? Puts his wife and children in the hands of strangers.
Men do these things not because of evil.
People he's never even met.
My father place he spoke of. They do evil because of fear. He has given us all he can.
World on fire with smoking sun stops everything and everyone. Brace yourself for all will pay. Help is on the way.
Salazar.
Skin. Let the healing light come in. I'll cover you in the sky.
Ask you to look away. I love my hands, but it hurts to pray. The life I have isn't what I'd seen. The sky's not blue and the field's not green. Wait for me. Wait.
And welcome to KBLP LLC and Fear the Walking Dead, the finale of the season. I lose myself. Wow. What can we say? What did you think of the second half of the season, number one? Were you happy with the surprise episode? Hope you're out there listening, joining the chat, and let me know. Okay, this episode starts off with Althea. And she's running through, looking. Walkers are chasing her, of course. Chases her through an alleyway. She tries to get into several cars, but they're locked, and she comes upon a small group eating an animal on the ground. And she locks herself into a building and starts breaking into cars. Such luck she has, right? Luckily for her, a police car in the parking garage has a radio in it. She tries getting a hold of everybody. No one answers, and it dies. So she's looking around. Hey, there's the freak. You didn't bring him with you, did you? Oh, no. I'm typing, guys. Fear the Waltzing Dead is on the air. Yes, it is. And they've been doing some waltzing lately, believe me. But anyway, she's looking around. She turns her attention to a news van nearby. She investigates it with a police car, shotgun, and flashlight. And she's delighted to find a camera, of course. She hotwires the police car and heads towards the fire truck. Hey! I'm mad. You hear me? I'm mad. Madness everywhere. But on foot, she searches the perimeter. Okay, freak. Okay. And then Martha suddenly appears and approaches her with Jim at the end of a stick, of course. He's strong now, she says. Where is everyone else? And of course, Al is not happy that she took her tapes in van, of course. It's so funny. She puts these walkers on end of this pole and makes the walkers do the dirty work. I think it would be not too difficult to get rid of those walkers. Stab them in the head. They've been killing walkers this whole time, so why not just stab them in the head? I'm just saying. Anyway, Martha is like, he's strong now. Where is everyone else? And of course, Althea is not happy. But Martha doesn't want to hurt her. She likes her because she doesn't help. So she just takes, Al just takes stories and carries on. And instead, Martha decides to knock her in the head. And out she goes. Morgan watches a tape of Martha on Al's camera, and she promises that when he sees her again, she will be stronger than ever. John tries to tell Morgan it's time to move on, but Morgan insists he has to stay here to help Martha. She's stuck. He keeps saying that. He's been saying that. She's stuck. So, I don't know. I got tired of hearing that. Kill her and move on. But anyway, Morgan wants to stay and help her because he's been where she is. John uses fish as a metaphor, explaining that sometimes he feels it's best to leave them be, even when he sees something coming to harm them. And he declares Morgan might be the fish in this situation. Ooh, John Dory, with not an E, not a Y, so there you go. So he explains that to Morgan. And walking down the road at night, Morgan radios for Martha. She responds that she knew he would come for her. She is at mile marker 54, and guess where he starts off to? Of course. So now we're at the gas station where Morgan first met Sarah and Wendell, and the group replenishes their supplies and stuff. And in the meantime, Althea preps guns in her van. Alicia, Strand, and Luciana plot their route to Alexandria. And Luciana declares they should find another reason to live. What's a better reason than to live, to begin with? And then there's John and June. Oh, they're so cute. They have a little flirty moment in the gas station's aisles. And she eventually tries to open up about herself, but he tells her it doesn't take a whole day to recognize sunshine. And she knows who she is now. And they kiss. Oh. Okay, moving on. Morgan ends up finding Jim's reanimated body in the back of the police car. Surprise! He opens the door and Jim plops out before Morgan puts him down. He realizes Martha isn't far and sees her body in the grass. She's in the grass. Approaching her, he asks, "Are you armed?" Like she's going to tell him, yeah. But anyway, she's breathing, alive, but ready to go. Morgan offers to help her. And he puts her in the back of the police car. She repeats, "Not yet, not yet." And he keeps trying to get her to take these antibiotics. I'm assuming that's what they were, the pills. And she's like, "No, no." And as they're driving, she tries to kick out a door. So Morgan offers her the antibiotics. She doesn't want him. He starts to ask her who she lost. And she's silent. John radios for Morgan, who tells him he is bringing Martha back to Mississippi. Okay. That was an interesting piece in that episode. At the gas station, John is not hearing from Morgan. And Sarah explains that Morgan's signal won't come until he's closer. But Morgan more than likely hears him. Outside, Al's loading up the van with coolant. The walkers approach, and Al jumps down to fight them, but she's too weak. In the meantime, they're in this gas station, and they're making coffee. And I'm like, oh, yes, finally, coffee in this apocalypse. Yay! I'd be like, okay, first pot's mine, then yours. But anyway, they all have coffee and stuff, and they're getting stuff ready. But she jumps down from bed. She's too weak. Alicia uses a pistol to rescue her from a distance as everybody runs to her. She almost got eaten that time. And meanwhile, back in the police car, Martha explains how she lost her husband, Hank. Back when everything was starting, we were trying to get out of the city. She was the one driving. Someone was weaving in out of traffic, trying to get ahead, trying to get theirs, and they clipped me. My Hank, he needed my help. I didn't know what to do. I went out to the road, tried to flag someone down, but no one stopped. No one pulled over to help. Morgan explains that she wasn't weak. You are stuck, he tells her. And here we go again with the stuck stuff. Over the radio, June tells Morgan Al's sick and everyone else is becoming sick. Morgan, something's not right, she tells them. They're all like bending over in excruciating pain. And of course, Morgan starts to race back to the gas station. And he's driving like really erratically. He's, pedal to the metal. And he's all over the road. Martha's like, I'll take it. I'll take the pills. I'll take the pills. And when he reaches back, she pulls on his arm. And the car's all over the road. And the interesting thing about that is I really liked, excuse me, is how they explained how they did it. There was a guy on top of the car, driving the car. So you can imagine, I'd have been like, wow, inside that car with somebody else driving on top, which is how they did that. But she pulls on Morgan's arm. The car's all over the road, and the car crashes into a rock wall. She stumbles from the car. She tells Morgan she's going to make him strong. And she starts writing on his forehead. Creepy stuff. Then he wakes up and he's like, I lose people. I lose myself. Morgan, get out of that rut, will you please? There's some metal got lodged in his leg, and he's trying to reason with this maniac. She insists it's the end for her, though. And I'm surprised she hasn't died from that shotgun blast yet. She's still hanging on. But she insists it's the end for her, revealing her injury from Weldon's gunshot. And Morgan insists he has to get to his people despite the pain. So Martha tells Morgan he has to either kill her or die himself. And he decides neither. And back to the gas station. Meanwhile, back at the gas station, walkers are pounding on the doors. June went to get some water, but she's going through the water supply. And she keeps taking the caps off. Wait a minute. She realized that the bottles have already been opened. Someone poisoned us, she declares. And she tells Morgan over the radio, of course. That was the kicker. She's trying to opening these bottles of water, and they're already open. And Morgan, what did you do? What did you do to Martha? And she admits to poisoning the water. She claims Morgan made them weak. She was going to make them strong. And of course, he wants to know what she put in the water. Antifreeze. Oh, yay. So Morgan radios back to tell them, but June can't hear him. Morgan just snaps finally. He begins to choke Martha with flashes of the group, while he's doing this. At the last minute, he allows her to live, pulls the metal from his leg, and then he handcuffs her to the car and leaves her there. He didn't kill her, and he didn't die himself, so he had another option. So he handcuffs her and leaves her there where she can't kill anyone after turning. And he starts hobbling toward the gas station on foot, of course. Along the way, he's on the radio to the group several times, but nobody's answering. Eventually, he comes upon a car which runs and starts in their direction again. Al starts watching old tapes of people she ran into. Eventually, she comes upon a mother of 2 boys. I don't know. Is that her in there? Wondering what you guys thought. I almost thought that was her and her boys. I could be wrong. Don't know. And we flash back to Morgan's on foot again. And, of course, that leg wound is giving him issues. Al looks at the tape and continues. She sees more people with young kids. Now Morgan's stuck in the road. Radios one more time. Nobody is answering. Al gets on the radio to tell Morgan she's not going to let Martha win. Morgan gets back to her and tell her it's antifreeze. She put antifreeze in the water. June rules that they need ethanol, and there is a truck full outside. So they're all like, having this pain and everything from this antifreeze. So you have John and the group take down as many walkers as they can at the door, with June and Charlie distracting them at the windows. Strand and Luciana make it to the truck while the rest go back inside. You go, Strand. The walkers turn their attention to them, but Al mows them down. She's in the van, so she opens the door of the guns, and she mows them down with it. The bullets put holes in the side of the truck, causing the ethanol to leak out. So they're back on the radio. That was a pretty interesting. She's a rat-a-tat-a-tat, just mows all those walkers down. It was pretty great. So June explains to Morgan over the radio they lost the ethanol. John tells Morgan there's no way for them to find more. And Morgan's like, I can't lose you. I can't lose any of you. I can't go back to what I was. Okay, yeah, we don't want him stuck again, right? Okay. John signs off by telling Morgan there are people out there that need him. Oh, John, he was so good in this one. I love him. Michelle, I know he's your boy too. First. Anyway. Back at the gas station, you have Sweaty Al talks to her camera and asks whoever finds the tapes to keep them safe and make sure that they matter. Sarah asks how many meat puppets, I love it, meat puppets they took out. Strand jokes that he finally drank himself to death. Way to go, Strand, I love you. Luciano thought they would have a chance. Alicia thought she'd get a second chance. Charlie is glad to have seen the beach. Okay. Not exactly earth-shattering there, but anyway. The walkers suddenly turn away because there's the sound of a truck stopping. And I don't know where he found this truck, really. Morgan rushes in. The group, of course, is happy to see him. Yay! Morgan found a beer truck and brought it to them because it was loaded with ethanol. And now Jim has now saved them twice. And Strand's thoughts are, there was a time I thought I didn't have anyone to share a drink with anymore. And he says this to Alicia. They grin at one another and throw some more beer back. At a table, Don tells Charlie drinking beer is a one-time deal. I don't know if I'd be thinking of that in the apocalypse, but okay, that works. In the bathroom, Morgan's in the bathroom, and he takes a good hard look at himself, and he wipes away the marker that's on his forehead. Yeah, I don't know if I'd really be worried about her underage drinking at the time. I don't know. But okay, we'll go with it. Morgan heads back to the place he left Martha, and lo and behold, there's just her arm hanging off the door, which was totally spectacular. Absolutely loved that. And of course, then he looks around. She's stumbling up the street as a walker. And she has strong written on her forehead. Morgan puts her down, of course. Oh, poor Martha. Glad to see you go, finally. She was kind of a strange character in this one. A couple minutes later, the group asks Morgan if they can finally head out for Alexandria. They're all ready for this. But guess what? This kind of got me. I was kind of surprised. He doesn't want to go there anymore. It's like, Morgan, what are you thinking? He declares that Martha became who she was because no one stopped to help her. Okay, like I said in the last episode, this has been going on with everybody. Everybody's lost somebody, lots of people, as a matter of fact. So nobody stopped to help her. Wow, she lost her marbles over that. Wow. He wants to use Polar Bear's journals to help people. They go to a denim factory near the dam. This is where the help started. Morgan says no one is being forced to stay, but he's going to begin to rebuild here. Luciana suggests they stay to make up for what they've done before. Oh, who cares? I don't get this thread of what you've done before and I was stuck and stuff. It's the apocalypse or post-apocalypse. Everybody's done terrible things that they didn't want to do, but they're surviving. There's nothing, I don't think there's anything to be sorry for. All of a sudden, everybody has this attack of conscience. I don't know. I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. So Alicia declares they have to turn it into something more, like her mom had wished for. Okay. Strand, however, questions where they will find people. Where are we finding people? Al volunteers her tapes as a means to locate people. Ah, there you go. Later, the group arrives at the factory with reinforced trucks. Morgan's been watching the tapes. John loads his guns. Oh, yeah. June is loaded up on medical supplies. And Morgan radios to anybody who might need help, advising them to hang in there. The group is on their first mission. I did not see that coming. I thought they would be, going off into the sunset on their way to Alexandria. I don't know about this whole, she's just stuck. Okay. You got out of it, Morgan. I think she'll be all right. I mean, but for that kind of thing to send her over the edge, I thought for me, it was a little much. I mean, look what Morgan's lost. Look what all these people have lost. So look at Alicia. For crying out loud, she saw Nick murdered, her mom's dead. I think she's been through a lot more than old Martha there. So I was kind of like, wow, she went over the edge just on that. But I was really surprised at this. I don't know if I'm happy with it. I was hoping they were going to Alexandria. You know, that last scene would see them heading out that way towards it. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to. So they're going to look for people that are on her tapes and help them. Okay. I guess Morgan has found his calling. Go help people. I don't know. I'm glad Martha's character is done. I couldn't figure. She was a bizarre character. I love when she put people at the end of the stick and like sick them. And apparently it worked a few times. I just can't figure out why. It's no different than fighting a walker out in the woods or something. Just stick them in the head. And I love the way, it just happens to have a police car there with a shotgun and a radio and a flashlight and everything there. I like the tape thing. I just wonder if one of those weren't her and her boys. Do you think? Just a thought. I thought maybe some of those could have been. I like that, though. I can't lose any of you. I can't go back to what I was. Morgan is Morgan. I guess he's always been that way. But I love John's little fish analogy there. I love it. I really like that fish thing with him. And John and June, they kissed and everything. That was a nice moment. Okay. I'm glad they're back together. I wasn't sure if she was going to or not, to be perfectly honest. And they're all excited about going to Alexandria. And then Morgan's like, nope, we're not going. It's like, really? Come on. I don't know. It was a good, decent episode, but I was like, no, you're supposed to go to Alexandria, but apparently not. So they're on their first mission. I wonder who they're going to find first. I guess we'll have to wait till next year to find out. But the only one Martha liked out of that group was Al, because she did her thing and moved on. She didn't try and help people. She used her video camera, did her thing, and moved on. So that's why she was able to survive Martha's wrath there. But poor Jim. His beer saved them, though. So yay, Jim. Did anybody come up with a good name for his beer? We were talking about that. That they wanted to come up with a great name for Jim's beer. I really couldn't come up with anything. So, but it saved them. So, way to go, Jim. So, I don't know. I was a little disappointed in this episode. I was not expecting that. Really wasn't. What did you guys think? Morgan and his stuck stuff. I don't know. That's getting old with me. I'm sorry. And I lose people. I lose myself. Yes, we know. We've known this since before you came upon these, before you stepped over the line there. And it would have been understandable if you worried what Morgan's circle of friends was about to shrink. And his life expectancy would shorten. But no, they didn't end it on that. No, Martha died. And she's like, the bitch said she liked me. That was a good line. I don't know. I would have thought that Jim's fall would have killed him, but obviously, well, we found out then it didn't. He turned, and of course he's dead. Even with broken bones, he'd be walking around. That'd be interesting. But all the Martha, the filthy woman, all she could, who's strong, who's not, who she's going to make strong, blah blah blah. And of course, unleashed Jim on her, but it didn't work. But she kind of used her like you would use a carrier pigeon, okay? She left a videotape with her with a message to Morgan for her. You'll see me again, she told Momo. And Momo, did you see the Talking Dead after that? He was so adamant, don't call me Momo. He goes, I've been doing this for 9 years, and I come out of this with Momo. It was hilarious. If you have not seen the Talking Dead after this episode, please do. It is fabulous. It was hilarious. Poor Lenny James, poor him. I felt bad for him. He hated that. He really did. So they were still going to Alexandria at this point. They were going to go to Polar Bear's truck stop, and of course stock up on supplies, a gas station, and stock up on everything before they headed out to Alexandria. But Morgan would go, and he admitted that he wasn't going to John privately. John didn't say anything, but he had told him. He figured he understood Martha, He was determined to get, here we go, unstuck again. Stop it, Morgan, don't do that. I better not hear that again next year at all. But I love John's line. Here you go, Michelle. There's some fish in this world that just won't be caught no matter what you dangle in front of them. And he added with a grin, in this case, maybe the filthy woman wasn't the fish. Maybe Morgan was. Yes. I loved it. That was great. And then you have the other one. She's like, let's find another reason to live. Just living, I don't think you need a reason to live. I mean, they have to survive. Why would you not want to? Poisoning the water supply. Who'd have thought, though? But once they start keeling over and that grin on her face, I was like, she did something. And sure enough, she poisoned the water with antifreeze. But she was a busy gal. And of course, like when they crashed the car, she goes, I made sure you couldn't help. She told him when he woke up, now you're going to kill me or I kill you. And of course, here comes I Don't Kill rhetoric from his greatest hits album. Then June, of course, told her the horrifying discovery that the truck stop water had been the bottled water had been poisoned. So, Martha told Morgan, that's what you get for helping me. Okay, that makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, I guess in her mind it did make sense, but yeah, I thought Morgan was going to choke her to death. What stopped him was he saw in the rearview mirror of the car, or the side view mirror, what she'd written on his forehead. I lose people, I lose myself. If I hear this again next season, I'm going to scream. I swear I will. That is enough. I love when he came back, though, and found her arm dangling there. It was just her whole arm, man. She just pulled it out. But there she was, shuffling along, doing the Fear the Waltzing Dead waltz down the street. So, and Strand, of course, in his great humor, just when I stop trying to drink myself to death, I succeed. Yes, Strand is awesome. He's just a great character. So has Morgan kind of taken over this group? It's like they're following him. Sarah's like, well, Momo saved us again, They're two great characters. I hope they develop a little more. So it seems like, like Michelle and I talked about, maybe Alicia taking over, or maybe John and June or something here. Morgan kind of took over, which was kind of a little strange, I think. That was a little, that wasn't one I had even thought of. You know, I hadn't figured on Morgan, them following Morgan Bailey. What was I going to say? I hadn't counted on Morgan bailing them out and being their leader. So, I don't know. So we have I'm just surprised the group all wanted in on this. Sarah was kind of like, I don't need a new pair of dungarees, Momo. But Lucy suggested this could be Sarah and Wendell's way of making up. Why do you have to make up for anything? It's apocalypse, post-apocalypse stuff. There's nothing to make up for. Everybody has to do what they have to do. I guess maybe, they have I don't know. I don't understand this in a way. In a way I do, yes. But in a way I don't. I mean, this is going to harden you no matter what. And this, I don't know. She wanted to go beyond boxes and do what Madison had tried to do, Alicia, of course, build the factory into something more. And where would they find people to help? Of course, on Al's tapes. So I don't know. What do you think of that? Do you like where this is headed? I don't know. Was it awesome? Very good? Was okay? Subpar? Or was this episode a fail? What did you guys think? Of course, the group set off on their first do-gooder mission. I don't know. Do you think the show is reborn into something new and different? Or is this going to be the same old rhetoric with Morgan? I don't know. I like the character so far in it. I was really expecting Alicia. Michelle and I had talked about who would take over the group. Never once did we consider Morgan. So there you go. I don't know. I don't know if I like where this is going. I guess I'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. Of course, next week, don't forget, it's the first show for The Walking Dead, which returns Sunday. Woohoo! Oh, I can't wait. This season looks fabulous. I really can't wait. And I think it's going to be as good as the hype. I really do. So lots to look forward to there. But, yeah, do you like where this is headed in Fear? I'm a little hesitant. We'll see. I was really hoping that they were, like I said, setting off into the sunset to Alexandria. I mean, they could have come back later, but it's not what I expected for sure. So has this show been reborn as something new and different? Or is this going to be the same old thing with like Morgan? We need to save them. They're stuck. I swear if he says that next season, I'm going to go down there and smack him myself. Enough, Morgan, with that. I'm stuck, or we have to unstick them. They're just stuck. Yeah, no. I don't want to lose myself. Yes, Morgan, we know. Okay. So what kind of people do you think they're going to find out there? Are they going to be the kind of people that she interviewed, or are they going to have changed and be totally different at this point? What about Alicia, though? Do we really want to go to that, like the stadium deal, all these people in there, and then, I don't know. It seems to me the more people you have, the more chance of something not going well is going to happen. We've seen it again and again, so maybe they better rethink this a little bit. They can live there, or maybe a few other people, maybe with some talents or something. But at that point, I'd say no. Look what's happened before. You bring in these people. Look at Charlie, and the Vultures, and June, and she was with them, and yada, yada, yada. So I don't know if Alicia's idea is a good one or not. I think they should keep it. They're small because, again, like we've seen happen over and over, The more people you get, the more chance of something going wrong. So, let me know what you think of this episode. Do you like where it's heading? I'm not sure if I do or not. I was really surprised at that. I was like, no, Morgan, no. But I guess he's made up his mind on that. So, although the lady who played Martha, kudos to her. She that was totally different for her. It really was. I mean, she got into character. She cut her hair. She did everything. So kudos to her for that. But she was kind of a distraction there, I guess. But that's a question I have. Grade the finale. Was it awesome? Very good? Okay? Subpar, or was it a fail? Let me know. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like this or not. Seriously, I don't. I love Sarah and Wendell. I think they're great characters. I hope they're just funny. I like them. They kind of break it up a little bit. Of course, John and June. Good to see they're back together. I love it. But what do you think of this denim factory thing? And they're going to set up shop and they're going to help people. I don't know. I hope it's not going to be a season of them helping people. That's going to be, I don't know. Excuse me. I have mixed feelings about that. I really do. I would grade this episode myself very good. It tied up some loose ends, of course, a little bit. And, her poisoning the water was great. They're all in there. I thought, oh my God, they're going to, kill everybody. But of course not. That, came to the rescue. So, I know all of you probably watched AHS or are rewatching it now. So, we'll discuss that on Sunday. A lot of questions answered. Woohoo! Loved it. So now we know what's kind of going on there. So we'll discuss that on Sunday. Of course, after The Walking Dead. I will not interrupt you for that, believe me. So we will wait for that till after TWD I'll wait till then to come on. So no worries there because I'm watching it too. So there you go. Of course, Halloween's coming up. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes, it is Halloween month, guys. Halloween month. So, let me know what you thought of this episode, and we'll be back next year with Fear. I also want to do a pre-Walking Dead episode. We'll see what night's available. I wanted to go over because they've been doing The Walking Dead from the beginning on AMC, and I have some trivia questions for you if you remember some of this, okay? So I'll let you know what night that'll be on before, we'll talk about that. So I want to do a The Walking Dead, and then The Walking Dead will be on next Wednesday. Michelle will be with me. Woohoo! I hope to get Rick too next Wednesday. So let me give you the fall lineup. What is today? Wednesday, of course. Fear the season finale. Tomorrow on DWD, we're going to do part 2, Power Metal. I need to finish that up, so we need to do that. And then Lolita's Jam will be on. So stop by and say hi. Hit the like button, let us know you were there, and maybe stick around and listen a little. Lolita's Jam, that's hip-hop. She plays some underground music, new artists, so please stop by and say hey to her. Friday, we have Hollywood Review, and of course, our big freak, Chris Stevens, with Freaks in the Basement. So please join in for that on Friday. The freaks will be there, making a mess, running amok, and all that good stuff. So they will be there. Saturday, join Michelle with Ecto, spooky ghost stories. Ooh. It's a great show, so tune in to that. It's about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 or 6, so tune in for that. Then we're going to do Encounters, and it's going to be, what are they called? They're like pale, creepy, crawly people things. It's kind of creepy. It's kind of gross, actually, but we'll be talking about creepy, crawly things, okay? The pale, gosh, I can't think of the exact name of them, but they're the pale, creepy, crawly things. So it should be interesting. Sunday, of course, AHS. So stick around for that after the premiere of season 9 of The Walking Dead, which we will all be glued to our TVs, of course. Let me think. Monday, Sports Talk is back on Mondays. So we have Cecilia Flores, Gary Martinez, myself, Ike, of course. I hope he'll be able to join in. So, Sports Talk on Monday. We'll see how we did on our picks, too. We were excellent this past week, I'll tell you what. I bet you we beat Sports Center on picks. Anyway, Tuesday, Desiree will be back. She said 8 days. I'm not sure what night she's going to be on. I will find out and let you know. Then Wednesday, of course, premiere of the Walking Dead podcast. We will be back and go over the first episode of season 9. So oh yeah, don't forget on Saturday nights we also have Ike Diaz and the Jam. Ike Dog, he plays, that's a party all night long, guys. That's on later Saturday night. And so stop by and say hey. He plays music from A to Z. I'm sure there's something in there you'll like. So it's a farewell to fear for this year. All in all, I think it was a fairly good season. There were a couple episodes that weren't, I don't think, were the best. But all in all, not too bad. Surprise ending. I was surprised. Wasn't expecting that. So I guess it's farewell. See you next year on Fear the Walking Dead. And hello, Walking Dead. So that'll be on Wednesdays now. The Walking Dead. Can't wait for this season to start. The trailers and everything look fabulous. So let's just hope some of the things that are going around won't happen. I hope. So shout out to True Horror Junkies, Art of Darkness, The Walking Dead Freak Show with Jason Boyce and Michelle Auger. There's a scavenger hunt going on, Michelle. I apologize. I really have not had the time to do half this stuff. Honest to God, I haven't. I'm going to try and do some catching up, though, I promise. The scavenger hunt is fabulous. I just can't seem to find the time to do all of it. But I'm going to try. I promise, Michelle. Survival Wolves with Mike Ronan. So check that out if you go on Facebook, Survival Wolves. It's the real one is 2,000 plus members, and our copycat has about 500. So go to the real one. Conflicted with Julie Kinney. It's what if scenarios. Very cool stuff. These sites have prepping tips, survival tips. If you have a question about anything, they will be more than glad to answer you and help you out. So, good groups, King Barker and Beyond, Horror Three Ring Circus. Shout out to Typhoid Marys too, by the way. And I'll see them on Thursday night. Tomorrow night's Thursday already. Wow. And all of you out there watching AHS or have watched it, let me know what you thought on Sunday night. Excellent. Tied up some ends for us, answered some questions. So we'll talk about that Sunday. I want to thank you for listening. Thank you for staying for the season of Fear with us on Wednesday nights. Wouldn't be here without you. Thank you so much for listening. Need some more of you to more dialogue in the chat. I'd really love to hear what you think. So hopefully next year we can get you all on here to listen, okay? Get you in the chat. I want to hear what you think. So it is farewell and good night from Fear the Walking Dead, and we'll see you next week on The Walking Dead. Have a good night, everybody. Peace out, y'all.
wanted that heat so bad I could taste the fire on your breath. And I wanted in your storm so bad I could taste the lightning on your breath. I watched you hold the sun in your arms while he bled to death. He grew so pale next to you. The world is so pale next to you. Your hair is coxcomb red, your eyes are viper black. Your hair is coxcomb red, your eyes are viper black. You said every road is a good road. Between the next road and your last road. Every love is your best love. And every love is your last love. And every kiss is a goodbye. Every kiss is a goodbye. I watched you hold the sun in your arms while he bled to death. He grew so pale next to you. The world is so
a smile, though I wear a frown. And I'm not gonna take it all lying down. 'Cause once I get started, I go to town. 'Cause I'm not like everybody else. 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 I don't wanna fall about like everybody else. And I don't wanna live my life like everybody else. And I won't say that I feel fine like everybody else. 'Cause I'm not like everybody else. If you all want me to settle down, slow up and stop all my running round. Do everything like you want me to. There's one thing that I will say to you. I'm not like everybody else. 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 And I don't wanna fall about like everybody else. And I don't wanna live my life like everybody else. And I won't say that I feel fine like everybody else. 'Cause I'm not like everybody else. I'm not like everybody else. 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 If you all want me to settle down, slow up and stop all my running around. Do everything like you want me to. There's one thing that I will say to you. I'm not like everybody else. 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 And I don't wanna fall about like everybody else. And I don't wanna live my life like everybody else. And I won't say that I feel fine like everybody else. 'Cause I'm not like everybody else. I'm not like everybody else. Like everybody else. Like everybody else. Like everybody else. Like everybody else.
Good night, I love you, darling. Good night. Good night, good night. May the stars shine bright. Good night, my darling. Good night, good night, good night. I'll push down the pillow with all of my might. with all of my might. Tomorrow will be alright. Together forever, now and through time. Da da da, la da 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 da. Da da da, la da 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 da.
Okay. Hi, Stephen. Time to go to bed. I want to make sure I thank Michelle for co-hosting me with me this year on Fear. A lot of fun. It was a pretty cool season. I want to thank her for joining me and making it so much fun. Sometimes talking to myself, I don't know. Kind of a little crazy there, but yeah, and thanks for putting up with me, guys, everybody out there. So I wanted to make sure Michelle knew I appreciate her very much. And her and Rick Moylan will be helping co-host The Walking Dead this season. So thank you guys again. Have a great night. Peace out, y'all.